It says graph the y-intercept and the slope to graph the lines on the coordinate plane. Okay, so this equation is in the form y equals mx plus b. So the number at the back is going to tell you the y-intercept, but you can think of it as is where you're going to begin graphing. So on the y-axis here on number 1, the y-intercept is -3. So from the origin, count down 1, 2, 3, and put your first point. The number in front of the x, or the coefficient on the x, is telling you the slope. If it's not a fraction, put it over 1. So remember that slope is telling you how much to rise and run. So from this point, I'm going to rise 1, 2, and run 1. But I'm going to not just do it once, I'm going to do it 2 times. Rise 1, 2, and run 1. That way you have these 3 points. Out to the side of this graph, I need you to write the 3 ordered pairs, because not only am I going to check to see that you drew the line correctly, but I'm going to check to see if you are writing out ordered pairs correctly. Okay, so put arrows on the ends of your lines. And it's going to be best if you write out your points in the order that you plotted them. So the first one would start with 0, and then whatever number was at the back of your equation, that y-intercept number. So my second point was at 1, -1. And then I was at a 2, 1. If there is a problem that it doesn't give you enough room to do the rise and run, well then you'll have to start from the y-intercept and reverse it. Okay, so let's go ahead and do just one more together. It's in the form of y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to begin with that number at the back. So they're telling me 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is at the very top of this graph. My y-intercept, or I'm sorry, my slope was a -2, so I'm going to give it a denominator of a 1 so I can know how much to rise and run from this point. It's telling me to rise -2, so I'm going to go down 2. It's telling me to run 1, so I'm going to go to the right. Down 2, right 1. If you are not drawing your line, your graph is going to be counted off. So make sure you use your ruler, draw your line, arrows on the ends, and then write out those points. So that first one, that was the y-intercept, 0, 6.
Put up my high heel.
Yes. My next point was at 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. My last point was at 2, 2. Okay, so you're graphing the y-intercept and then using your slope to get your next 2 points, and then write out the 3 ordered pairs to the side for me to check. Turn this into the bin when you are done.